Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Nevitz, and today we are back with the SDDD. This is week 7, the penultimate round of the regular season. And coming into this week, my team, the Bouffalant Bills, is still sitting at the top of the division with that plus 26 differential as opposed to Ella's plus 20 coming into week 7. This week, we are matched up against the Gallant Goodras, who are currently sitting there in 8th, coached by Mamoss. This team was originally coached by a different user named Master of Dittos. However, Master of Dittos went completely MIA the first 2 weeks of the season and was given forced forfeit losses and eventually kicked out of the league. Mamoss came in, took over the team, and has gone 2-2 since then, and is sitting in 8th place, trying to fight for a potential playoff spot, mind you. And before we look into how Mamoss's fight for a potential playoff spot will go, let's first see how their team stacks up against mine. Looking at Mamoss's team, the immediate biggest threat is Blood Moon Ursaluna. This is because of a combination of its really strong ability called Mind's Eye, which makes it so that normal and fighting type moves can hit ghost types, which are normally immune to those two types, mind you. And also, in combination with that, it has its very strong signature normal type move, Blood Moon, that is 140 base power, special normal type attack. That's only drawback is that it cannot be clicked the turn immediately after, but you can still click any other move in Blood Moon Ursaluna's moveset. That scared me, because effectively the only counter I have to that is Fortress, and Fortress does not have good special bulk. It has really good physical bulk, not great special. Also, the other threat to me is Weavile. Knockoff is the perfect counter to Porygon 2, being able to get rid of its Eviolite that gives it all of its natural bulk that it always has. And also just Ice type into Salamence, Crocodile, and just its 125 base speed and strong attacking moves. So, as we get into the team builder, you will see that I built a decent bit around these two Pokemon, while also factoring in the rest of Mamoss's team as a secondary threat. And as always in our team builders, we are starting with Iron Valiant, nicknamed Chibi Robo. And this week I'm running my very standard Iron Valiant Choice Specs set with the Cork Drive ability as always, and Aurasphere and Moonblast for fighting and fairy stab. In addition to that, I'm also running Shadow Ball and Energy Ball. Shadow Ball primarily for the Mega Slowbro on Mamoss's team because of its incredibly high physical bulk but does not have great special bulk. Shadow Ball should be able to do a lot of damage. And Energy Ball, of course, for the Blood Moon Ursaluna as an alternate move to Aurasphere to go into it. And next up, coming back this week, we have Hershey's the Alolan Raichu. We are running Terrain Extender on this with Electric Terrain to be able to set up that terrain for Factory Reset and Chibi Robo to benefit them with the Quirk Drive ability, while also doubling Alolan Raichu's speed. This is my Weavile counter, which sounds crazy, considering that it is a Psychic type and is weak to the Dark type moves that Weavile loves to use. But if I can get Electric Terrain up before Weavile comes in, I will outspeed it and OHKO with a Rising Voltage. I'm also running Psychic Noise as a counter to the Comfey with its healing ability Triage that gives it priority on healing moves, which includes Giga Drain and Draining Kiss, which are two attacking moves that it loves to run, and Volt Switch to be able to get out and deal damage in the process. And next up, we have Iron Moth, nicknamed Factory Reset, coming back again. I am running Air Balloon on this to hopefully get rid of its weakness to ground for at least one hit, especially with that Ursaluna Blood Moon. Even though it has the move Blood Moon, its Earth powers also hit very hard. And as for a moveset, I am running Fiery Dance for Fire Stab, Dazzling Gleam as additional coverage for Weavile if needed, Energy Ball, and U-Turn for a pivoting move similar to Volt Switch on Alolan Raichu. And next up, we have PlayStation the Porygon 2 coming in with Trace, not Analytic this week. This is because there are just a lot of good abilities on Mamoss's team that I want to be able to steal and use for myself. I'm running Terra Steel without Terra Blast this week. This is a strictly defensive Terra. Steel and Rock are the only two types that can tank a hit from Blood Moon Ursaluna with its normal type Stav. However, they are both weak to ground, which is unfortunate. Steel just has more overall resistances than Rock. And as for a moveset, I'm running Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, Recover, and Shadow Ball. Nothing really all that complicated. This is a pretty bog standard Porygon 2 moveset. Next up, we have Pipe Bomb, the Fortress, not running Explosion. I have Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin to be able to set hazards and clear hazards respectively, Gyro Ball for Steel Stab, and Volt Switch as a slow pivot to be able to safely switch in some of my other Pokemon that need that safe switch in. And lastly, we have Chirping Moon the Salamence coming back again with no stab this week. We are running Dragon Dance, Crunch, Aqua Tail, and Earthquake. These three moves in tandem hit, I believe it was 8 out of Mamoss's 11 Pokemon for super effective damage. And so, of course, I am running the Expert Belt that deals extra damage on attacks that are super effective against the target. This is better for me than Life Orb because it allows me to preserve that HP that Life Orb does to myself, even though Life Orb boosts all moves and does a little bit bigger of a boost at 1.3 times versus 1.2. I want to be able to not have that drawback and save the HP on Salamence. So that is the team for this week. I hope that you guys do enjoy this battle, which you will be seeing right now. And here we are in the battle against Mamoss. It goes by D7AN on Pokemon Showdown. That is whatever, it's fine. As you can see right away, the immediate thing that is noticeable is that there is no Blood Moon Ursaluna. The biggest threat that I saw on Mamoss's team is just not here. So immediately I am feeling pretty good about this battle, and we will watch together on how it went. We can see the Terra Steel Electivire here, along with my Terra Steel Porygon 2 that we saw in the team builder. So let's watch this together. Turn 1, I led with Hershey's. I wanted to try to get the electric terrain up right away. However, I seen the Comfey ahead of me. I decided to just Volt Switch out right away. And I switched into Fortress because of my Steel-type move Gyro Ball. And Comfey goes for Magic Coat here on turn 2. What Magic Coat does is it reflects back some status moves. One such status move that it reflects is Stealth Rock. I think that Mamoss was expecting me to click Stealth Rock here. Actually, I know that Mamoss was expecting me to click Stealth Rock here because they told me after the battle that's what they were expecting. I went for Gyro Ball instead because I did not want to let it get another Calm Mind up and be at +2 special attack and have priority Giga Drain and Draining Kiss to be able to just take out my entire team. So I went ahead and just clicked Gyro Ball. I figured I can get the rocks up on the next turn anyway. And as you can see, that Gyro Ball is enough to knock out the Comfey. Next up comes in Revivroom, which immediately clicks shift gear, and I just say, no, I'm out of here. I click Volt Switch and switch into Chirping Moon because it knows Earthquake. I think Mamoss forgot that Salamence learns Earthquake here, because they do not switch out their Revivroom. Instead, they go for Gunk Shot, which does deal big damage to Chirping Moon, but it's Revivroom. It's never living an Earthquake from literally any Pokemon that learns the move. So we get Revivroom out of here as well right away. Chirping Moon is on pretty low HP. At this point, I am ready to just let it kind of go down. I click Crunch on the Slowbro because it is super effective, but with Slowbro's massive base 180 physical defense, you can see it really doesn't do much. So then I switch in Raichu after Chirping Moon goes down. And what does Hershey's do here? Well, Hershey's looks directly at a Slowbro that switches out into Electivire and sets up my Electric Terrain as the boost for Factory Reset, who's going to come in here with the Air Balloon, and it is going to get the special attack boost, live a Darkest Lariat, Air Balloon pops. We see Mega Slowbro come back in and absolutely tank the Fiery Dance, even with the boosted special attack, as it is a water type, and of course water resists fire. And next I just take it out with an Energy Ball. Now we have Weavile, and this worries me because Weavile is fast, as I mentioned in the team builder. So it clicks Foul Play here, does pretty decent damage, and I click U-turn. And apparently here I forgot that Raichu had been my plan to take out Weavile, because I bring in Chibi-Robo, who gets a special attack boost from the Electric Terrain. And Weavile is, for some reason, using Poison Jab, which is not a very common move for it to use. I was not expecting it, and it does big damage to Chibi-Robo, 63%, but Chibi-Robo immediately fires back with an Aura Sphere that knocks out Weavile about 5 times over. Electivire comes in, and it gets one-shot by Choice Specs Aura Sphere. Drifblim comes in, and I am forced to switch out because it is a Ghost type and is immune to the Fighting type moves from Chibi-Robo. Hershey's comes back in to be able to click Rising Voltage, at least that was my plan. However, it clicks Air Slash, and the Electric Terrain is gone. I use Rising Voltage anyway, it does pretty big damage, but a Shadow Ball knocks out Hershey's. The Drifblim is burned though, and I am tracing the Flare Boost from it. Didn't really get a chance to properly use Trace in this battle, as the rest of my team just kind of took care of business. I don't even Terra here, it goes for Strength Sap, which doesn't really matter because Shadow Ball still is enough to knock it out, giving me the 4-0 victory over Mamoss and keeping me at the top of the division. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I found out today, actually, that any time that you click the share button, it actually does genuinely tell the algorithm to send the video out to more people. So you can click the share button, click copy link. You don't even have to send it to anybody. Just copy the link and it will tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with more people. So that is such an easy thing for you to do. It would help me out a ton. We are 1 subscriber away from our goal of 100 subscribers. I would love to be able to hit that goal soon, and I can do this giveaway that I have been planning for the last several weeks. So if we get there, we'll do it. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.